Hi, this is Scott Carlson with BRIX Real Estate. Thank you for watching my video today. I appreciate it. Now, you have a home to sell here in Minnesota, but it needs work, and you're not sure what to do. Well, I have the home seller's guide that has a little bit of information. It doesn't go into as much detail as I'm going to today, but it does have the start of some information to help. So if you're interested, just reach out to me and I can either send you a PDF copy, or if you send me your home address, I can mail you a copy. Okay? So, getting into more of the nitty gritty with having a home to sell that needs work. Now, the first thing, I want to let you know that I'm aligned with a company that can do renovations. They can come out, they can take care of, any and all projects that you might have. And the great thing is that you wouldn't have to pay for that work until you closed. So if it is something that you're interested in, and of course you would need to be working with a real estate agent to be able to utilize that company. And they are focused here in Minnesota and more in the Twin Cities. So if you're outside of some of the outer suburbs and beyond that, we would need to take a look and see if they service your area. But there is a great option for people that are looking. Now, the other one is that you can do the work yourself, or you can, hire somebody to help take care of it. I know some local contractors that can help. And when you're looking at your home, there's some specific things that you want to really pay attention to. So one of them is the flooring. So for example, let's say you have hardwood floors. Is there a whole bunch of scratches? Is there, big dents? What does your hardwood floors look like? Anything like that, you're going to want to get taken care of before you list your home. Along with, let's say, so you have carpet instead. Is the carpet matted, beat down? You don't have to necessarily, have the carpet replaced, but have it professionally cleaned and see how it looks then. Maybe you don't need to get it, like I said, replaced. It just maybe getting it, cleaned would take care of it. But those are, some important things that people are going to look at as they enter the home. Now, another one is the painting. So do you have very vibrant colors, or are they more neutral? So anybody that has, either the whole home or a few rooms, that has vibrant colors, that, the orange, pumpkin, peach, all that stuff that just really stands out, that was popular a few years ago and isn't anymore, you're going to want to have those rooms or that area painted, and have it painted to a neutral color. Because a lot of times when home buyers come in, they take a look at that and they're like, oh, I don't like that. And then they start thinking, okay, I'm going to have to paint that. And I don't want to paint that. And the home down the street is all neutral colors and I wouldn't have to paint that. So you want to really take out any objections that people would have from loving your home. Now, when you go and paint that area, that room, you want to make sure that you do a good job, either you or hiring out professionally. You want to make sure that there's no scrapes or anything on the ceiling, where it shows the different paint color. So you want to make it look really good. Okay. Now, another thing, with your furnace or your boiler, are you getting those regularly, tuned, serviced up? If not, I would recommend having that done shortly before you list your home, because another thing that a lot of people do when they're starting to look for a home, they go out with a real estate agent and they're looking at, okay, how old is the furnace? How old is the water heater? How old is the air conditioner? So having those things serviced is going to take a lot of worry away, because you're showing that you've had stuff looked at and that it's in good working condition. So it can alleviate some worries from home buyers. Another thing is, if you're looking to take, any appliances, any fixtures, anything from your home with you to your next home, you're going to want to make sure that you have that stuff removed before you have any showings. Because if somebody comes to the home and they do the walkthrough, they're taking a look, and they see a refrigerator out in the garage, and they put an offer in and it gets accepted, they go through the process, they come to the final walkthrough, and now that refrigerator isn't in the garage that they saw at the walkthrough when they are first checking out the home, that could be a problem, because most buyers expect that everything that they see at the home when they're touring it is going to be the same when they actually purchase the home. So you want to make sure, like I said, anything that was in the home that you want to take with is taken out before you have any showings. Now, another thing that you want to take into account is your roof. How old is your roof? How many years left are on your roof? If it's towards the end of its life, you might want to have a conversation with a roofer, or at least your insurance company, and see if there's anything that can be done through hail or anything like that to get a new roof covered. And along with that, you don't want to put that on the buyer, because a lot of times buyers think things are way more expensive than they are. Now, roofs are expensive, and it would be challenging for the buyer to just purchase the home and then turn around and say, oh, I want a new roof because of hail, where unless there's a storm that happens after they purchase it. It would be much easier for you as the seller to look into that, because you've lived there for X number of years. And that also, by doing that before you even list your home, is going to add, potentially more value, and also hopefully get you more money by having a new roof put on. Thing that you can run into as a seller is, what does your home smell like? So you have people that are smoking in their home and have been for years, and then they go to list their home, and any buyers that come through are a lot of times turned off unless they're a smoker themselves, and they won't even consider the home. So if you are a smoker, I would suggest starting to smoke outside before you list your home. I also would suggest taking down any drapes or any thing where cigarette smoke could really attach itself to. Along with, you'll want to see about painting the inside of your home to make sure that you can really get that smoke smell out. If it's really in there, I would see about renting an ozone machine and to have that set up and run for a while to really help get that smoke smell out. Because when buyers come in, if they smell, any smoke smell, they smell, any, pet smells, they smell anything weird, they can very easily get turned off and say, next home, I'm not even interested in this home. Okay. Now, another thing, you're thinking, oh, well, I'll just do a credit allowance. Well, the challenging thing with doing a credit allowance and just saying, well, the new buyer, they can pick out, the carpet that they want, is a lot of times that's not able to transfer to where the buyer would actually have that cash to be able to go out and purchase that carpet. It would end up going towards closing costs, or it would end up going towards, reducing the price of the home. So, well, that's good in theory to offer that. You're better off having the carpet replaced yourself with a neutral color, or having the hardwood floors redone, and working with an experienced real estate agent like myself, or somebody else would be able to help navigate you through that process. And one other thing that you want to keep in mind is peeling, chipping paint, because with any FHA buyer, that's something that's going to have to be looked at. So if you have any peeling, chipping paint at your home, and if it's an FHA buyer, that would have to be remedied before the closing could happen. So it's something that you want to, take a look at as well. And that's why it's so important to have a real estate agent out to look at your home, to walk through the home with you, and give you, their honest feedback on any and all work that needs to be done on the home before you list. Even if you're not considering listing for, a couple years, it's still a good idea to have a real estate agent out to take a look, so they can help you navigate through that process. So if there is any larger projects that are going to take longer, you have the time to do them. Okay? Now, you'll also want to take care of, the outside of the home. So any, if you have any, anything in the gutters that could be, clogging the gutters, if you have any weeds in the yard, it's a good idea to have those taken out. Also, it's a great idea, depending on the season of the year, to lay down fresh mulch, because it's just going to help give your home more curb appeal and help it stand out in the pictures and when people show up. So we want your home to look the best that it possibly can, inside and out, and so you can get the most amount of money for your home. Please feel free to reach out with any and all questions. This is Scott Carlson with BRIX Real Estate. Thank you for watching my video.